What a year it has been for the real estate industry. And here to break down the trends we've seen this year and what we can expect going into the new year, Shannel Ryan with Sotheby's International Realty. Shannel, we're so glad to have you here.
Thank you very much.
So here we are in December. I think of this as traditionally kind of a slower part of the real estate year, but talk about 2025. What was the story of 2025?
Yeah, it would seem that there are a lot of different stories, but really the way you boil it down is that, the market, we traded really volatility for more stability, which is excellent in the sense of getting buyers and sellers comfortable, knowing what to expect next. And we're really coming out of a time period where we had a lot of volatility in the market and prices and things. So it was good that we shifted into that, and it'll carry into next year.
So where does that leave the market now, right? For buyers and sellers going into 2026, what are we looking at?
Yes, well, I think they're going to have a lot of information in terms of the end of the year, how the market did perform. So while some were looking for perhaps price drops to make a move or further interest rate drops, over year, really as the end of November, there was only a price drop across Metro Denver of 1%.
Oh, wow.
So that is, we're assuming with consumers, that is a lot less than what they would have expected. And similarly with rates. So very hot topic, obviously, throughout all year. And what we know now is that we will continue to see some reduction in that. But again, we're still talking around 6%. And so as buyers and even sellers have wrapped their head around that, we think that that's what's going to make for a lot more stable next year.
It's kind of a bummer that even though the interest rates remain, that the prices haven't dropped. So many people were hopeful that they would drop significantly, I suppose. If you're a buyer or a seller, so I bought a house in 2021. It was so imbalanced. It was so chaotic.
Yes.
The buyers had no currency at all. Is it better to be a buyer or a seller right now? Or because it's more balanced, everybody can actually have a little semblance of like, okay, we can all get what we want here.
Yeah, that's such a great point, because people that did, buy in 2020, 2021, and then perhaps were looking at selling this year, oftentimes because there was so much competition, to your point, the prices just really, grew a lot. So now we have been talking, and you have seen it, really throughout the media cycle, that it is inching more towards a buyer's market. And essentially that just is supply and demand. So it no longer means that a buyer should not do a home inspection in order to be competitive or do something else. And really with more balanced level of inventory, buyers can go in and perhaps strategize on asking the seller to help pay down costs for closings. So there'll be a lot more give and take on both sides.
I've been waiting to ask this question because I want to know from your expert opinion, what areas are going to be like some hot spots, some fun? We're buying this year, so I'm asking for myself as well. What kind of neighborhoods are you looking at that could be some hot places to live in 2026?
Absolutely. So buyers have shown a lot more than looking at a purchase as sort of an investment, more about long-term things having to do with livability, walkability, and things that are really a part of their lifestyle and what they like to do for fun. So there are a lot of, we're happy to see there'll be more new construction. And so for people that are really looking maybe to get into a neighborhood that does have, a high average sales point, but if they're going to get in with new construction, maybe they can be able to talk to the builders about providing that. Across the board, the inventory is really what's determined like what's hot. And I think that there's always a place for any home that is like a cream puff, but we have seen a little bit more migration out to the suburbs. Some of that are even people moving here and finding that might be a little bit more affordable than in the city, but there'll be great places in the city too.
Sounds good. We've been holding on to like living in Metro Denver for all these years. We're like, it's time to go to the suburbs. It's time.
Welcome to the suburbs.
Yes, it is time to go.
But there's little hot spots within the suburbs too.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's always worth investigating.
There we go.
All right.
A lot of work to do in the new year. Shannel, thank you so much.
Thank you.